Welcome seekers of the truth to the Magical Services channel. Today I am going to be doing a presentation on the effects of Mercury going retrograde, because in some parts of the earth it is already the 9th of November in the year of 2025, and at 1850, so 6:55 p.m. UTC, the planet Mercury is going to be retrograde. And so I want to talk about what that means today. So Mercury is the planet of mind, logic, and communication. When it reverses, information flows inward. Thoughts loop, messages delay, and perception reconfigures itself. In astrology, the house system that I use is the equal house system. And so in that system, Mercury passes through all 12 houses daily, activating every sector of human experience. So today I'd like to tactically decode what Mercury retrograde reveals through each house, how it rewires our thinking, speech, and understanding as it cycles through the full chart. So when Mercury is in the house 1, the house of the self and identity, when Mercury is retrograde in that house, the mind turns inward toward self-perception. So in those moments, you could expect moments of a mental fog about direction or appearance. The world mirrors back how your words define your aura. I'll repeat that. The world mirrors back how your words define your aura. So definitely don't talk bad about yourself. Talk good about yourself if you can. And a strategic thing to do would definitely be to pause before making new introductions or self-image changes. Instead, refine your self-presentation. The mind is reconstructing your personal narrative. And then in house 2, the house of values, money, and self-worth, Mercury retrograde questions what you truly value. Financial systems may glitch. Payments could get reversed. Pricing could be misread. Priorities could get scrambled. This is a diagnostic phase. Assess what sustains you materially and psychologically. So a good tactical move would be to review your budgets, clarify pricing, and reaffirm self-worth through conscious awareness of what you choose to keep or release. So in house 3, the house of communication, learning, and networks, when Mercury is retrograde there, the chaos amplifies, messages cross, devices fail, words could misfire. But it's also the most potent review period. So rewrite, relearn, and reframe. Good strategic action would be to double check, triple check communications and listen more than you speak. What you revise now determines the clarity of your thinking post retrograde. And in the 4th house, the house of home, family, and roots, Mercury retrograde there reopens the emotional archive. So family conversations, ancestral memories, or domestic issues could resurface. You could uncover patterns shaping your emotional logic. A tactical thing to do that would be good would be to reestablish internal stability before making external changes. So repair miscommunications at home and reorganize your base of operations. So in house 5, the house of creativity, romance, self-expression, the retrograde mind reviews creative purpose. So old inspirations, unfinished art, or past romances could reemerge to be reassessed. So this is a fertile recalibration of pleasure, risk, and authenticity. So a strategic thing to do would be then to reconnect with your original creative drive, not for validation, but for refinement of expression. And then in house 6, the house of work, health, and routine, Mercury retrograde there would expose inefficiencies in systems and schedules. So emails could vanish, tasks could overlap, the nervous system could get strained. But every disruption reveals a fixable weakness. So a good strategy would be to optimize, but not to overwork necessarily. So audit workflows, reset priorities, and create structure that supports clarity of mind. And then in house 7, the house of relationships, agreements, and partnerships, Mercury retrograde tests harmony and understanding between equals. So miscommunication or resurfacing relationships also could be common. So use the energy for renegotiation, but not reaction. So a good strategy would be to clarify your agreements, reopen discussions, and verify intent. So at a time like that, really diplomacy is your most powerful instrument. And then in house 8, in the house of intimacy, shared resources, and transformation, Mercury retrograde could penetrate layers of secrecy and power. So hidden information, debts, or emotional attachments come to light. So strategically, this is forensic astrology. We analyze contracts, motives, and energetic exchanges. Transformation happens through truth, not control. And then in house 9, the house of beliefs, study, travel, and expansion, Mercury retrograde challenges your worldview. So travel plans, academic paths, or philosophies face review. Mental horizons contract briefly to force deeper questioning. So a good strategy would be to return to foundational principles, rediscover what you actually believe, not what's been repeated to you. So in house 10, the house of career and reputation and public image, when Mercury is retrograde there, it rewinds at the top of the chart. Reputation and direction are under audit. So all professional projects or discussions could resurface for correction. The strategic key there would be to rethink your message to the world. Every word becomes part of your legacy. Refine communication before broadcasting. And then in house 11, the house of networks, friendships, and future visions, Mercury retrograde there could reconnect you with allies and digital circles. So group misunderstandings could arise, but they highlight the quality of your networks. So a good strategy would be to re-examine collaborations and online identity. The goal is precision in community. Define who supports your vision and who dilutes it. So then we have house 12, the house of spirituality, secrets, and the unconscious. So Mercury there is pretty, it descends into silence. The mind becomes porous to intuition, dreams, and the unseen. Expect fog, nostalgia, or psychic overload, the brain decoding messages from the unconscious. So a good strategy at those times would be to retreat, meditate, and record your insights. The mind is updating itself beneath conscious awareness. So that was my presentation about Mercury retrograde in the 12 houses. So Mercury retrograde is not chaos, it's recalibration. The planet of mind reverses to help you realign logic with truth. As it moves through each house daily, it invites reflection, revision, and redefinition. So use these 21 days not to fear mistakes, but to upgrade perception. And I say 21 days because Mercury will be retrograde, so from November 9th to all the way to November 29th to the 30th, some would say. So, because once Mercury turns direct, every correction and readjustment that you will have made will become permanent mental architecture. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like or subscribe so you get first dibs on next uploads. And yeah, and as always, I do offer personal horoscopes for people, and also personal divinations for life guidance, and also some spell work to help in life. So if you feel like your life could benefit from any of that, please feel free to contact me and we'll set that up as soon as possible. Um, yeah, that's about it. So until the next time, blessings.